I just finished that last step. As an aside, oh gosh, I have to do lessons today? That is not fun. But as an aside, uh, I'm like trying to find uses for Copilot and for just like AI in general. And I feel like everything is just like, it's like not quite far enough where you can reliably just use it and ship it. And but it's like better than Googling, I guess. I don't know, like at work, I gave it a file and I'm like, write me a test suite. And it did like this mocking that didn't work. So I had to fix that. I had to fix file paths. And then some of the tests like weren't testing anything. So at the end of the day, it's like I sat there and it's like, okay, I got rid of some boilerplate code, but that takes me 2 to 3 minutes anyway. And now I just like, I spend that time orienting myself to the code that it wrote instead of writing the code myself, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I just haven't quite figured out how it really helps in a professional setting with code, at least. I haven't used it for anything else. We just had like annual performance stuff where you got to, write your packet and all this stuff. I probably should have ran it through that, at least to correct grammar and stuff, but I didn't do that. I don't know, maybe I could try that and see what it would have looked like. That might be interesting. Maybe moving forward I can try to like tell it everything I did on a project and then have it spit bullet points back out to me. I don't know. I also tried to use it to write SQL for me, and it was like mixed, right? Like obviously simple statements it can spit out, but it's like those statements I can write myself. Once I was trying to add joins in, then the queries like stopped working. I don't know if it was because of the table was taking too long or something, but I don't know. So far, it's a whole lot of nothing. At least in that setting, like I'm happy to pay a little bit of money to have this. Like it's been super helpful. Not super helpful. I have found some uses for it, right? But to be like an educational companion, but I don't know. We'll have to keep trying to find ways to make it better. Anyway, enough rambling. Man, I like did not want to do this today, and this just ruined it. Having to do actual learning. Oh, the real quick, the last thing I need to do. There's two things I need to do. One is I need to make a push to start contributing on the back end at work. I feel like I know enough Kotlin now to go into files and make changes, right? Like I can write if statements, for loops. I kind of understand how nullish checks work, the elvish check. So I think I could edit existing code safely. Obviously, if I had to spin stuff up myself, that's not going to happen. I'm still missing a lot of knowledge probably, but anyway, I think I'm at a stage where I could sit down and edit some stuff, edit some files, and get like a PR across the line. I just need to find a task to do it for. And I want to get to the point where I'm regularly writing, like at least once a week, writing Kotlin at work. So my plan overall is to finish all the projects for Hyperskill, be contributing regularly or somewhat regularly to in Kotlin at work. And then I can start taking these videos in a much more fundamental direction where I'm not like just like coding projects, little things. I mentioned it before, but like CS Primer exists. I would like to work through that. So along that line, the second thing I need to do is maybe reach out, because I would like to stream it / record it and post it on YouTube, but I don't want to like record somebody else's content. Like all this stuff is for free. The only thing that happens when you pay for it is you can do more of it at a time. Versus the other one where it's like the literal content is behind a paywall. So I don't want to just like rip that and post it online. So I need to find a solution there. Anyway, okay, let's stop procrastinating now and get through this stuff. All right. With the object-oriented paradigm, it's as if we're working with real-life objects in our code. We choose simple names for classes and methods. So anyone who speaks English can catch up with what's actually happening in the code. Sometimes methods just slightly differ from one another, but do we have to create myriads of... So is this like overloading and stuff? Our warehouse may have high ceilings, so it's possible to make a big rack with boxes on it. Robots can reach a certain height, but we can not expect them to reach the highest shelves. For this kind of task, we can create Man. Just zoning out so hard, I didn't even make it through a lesson yet. Sometimes our robots place boxes in wrong places, so we create the sorter subclass and redefine the method move in it. Okay, what technique are we using? Overriding. We also create another useful thing for a warehouse called conveyor. It's very similar to robots and has the same method in its code. What technique do we use in our code? Conveyor, it's very similar to robots and has the same method in its code. It's very similar to robots and has the same methods. I actually don't know. It's probably, is this duck typing then? We just did overriding. Oh, data class, cool. I know about that already. Like any other Kotlin has inheritance. It's implemented in a really useful feature, overriding functions. Wondering what it does. God, I hate this. Pretty typical class, ready for extending right. Keep in mind that it's open, but now we're going to make our getFullInfo function as open too, and one more function without the open modifier. Okay, open modifiers. Now we're ready to extend the transport class with its own getFullInfo function, so we can override getFullInfo to do something else. By default, any overridden function in Kotlin is open. It means that you can override functions in subclasses too. So if there's a subclass of ship, then I can by default override it, okay, because it's an override. Also, if you want to call a parent function, you can use super, as we did an example. Two more things. If you forgot about override keyword, the compiler will warn you. Because you cannot override the getTax function because it's not open, figured. In both cases, the source code wouldn't compile at all. Let's check our freshly created classes in the next example. Reuse it. There is more useful feature regarding open functions. We will observe it through the following function: getTransport, return that. As you can see, it handles the transport class. What is more, it can process easily any child of this class too. get transport info takes transport, and because it's a subclass, it matches the interface for the type, and it outputs, voila. Makes sense to me. Main, val factory with roof is here. Floors, roof, employees, and it returns a factory. Factory employees per floor. Is it 5? Oh, but I didn't do employees. Oh, I also didn't. Dude, I swear the iPhone is literally like worthless now. Like, it is so hard to use. I can't get anywhere. Every time I touch something, it does something different. It's like so ridiculous. So 23, 1, 2, 3. Well, first off, it's floors is 3 plus 3 plus 2, 8. So 23,000. 2875. There's a snippet of code. Oh, I don't know if that's true. Hmm. What? I don't know what this is doing. Right? How is it not that? What? I don't know what this is saying. Okay. Got it. So I was right. I missed the other one though. Oh. How to make a simple class for storing data. What? has to be 3, right? Building equals other building. So if building double equals other building, that means first and second false, first and third true, second and third false. It's the only one that's like that. How could that not be right, dude? What? How could it be anything else? All of these are equal, right? UNIVERSITY, 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 university. Ugh. I see. Oh my god, they're not the same. Basically, all 3 have to be equal. So first and second, that's true. So that's not this one. All 3 of those are equal. First and second, so these differ by 1, the area. So it could be this one. First equals third. That would be true. And second equals third, false. So it could be 2. I know it could be 3 because of the names. And these are all the same. So it's 2 and 3. Yeah. Illegal to override. Copy. I don't know what it's asking. I don't know what this means, to be honest. Why did it just do that? Stop, dude. Are you serious? Do you see what's going? It's such trash. It's like changing out from under me, man. So bad. I, mm. Dude. Oh, I'm not printing. Frustrating. Okay. This equals. What will be the output of the following snippet of code? Bob's age is 29. John's age is 21. And Robert's age is also 21, 42, 60, 71. Oh, man. It's like such a little, you know? Hmm. Oh, man. Those are always just so brutal. it. So the last card is always the top card. So I'm trying not to get the cards clearly. Cards in hand is 4 and diamond, so I would choose 2. The top card is 10 of clubs. Choose card to play, 2. 13 cards on the table, and the top card is 5 of clubs. I thought that was when you take all the cards. Computer plays 7 of hearts, card in hand, 4 of diamonds, choose card to play 1, 15 cards on the table, and the top card is 4 of diamonds, computer plays 8, 16 cards on the table, and the top card is 8 of hearts, cards in hand. Oh, and I draw 6. I don't understand. Why did that happen? I guess it's 5 minutes left. Let's try and understand why. Like, it feels like the game's not working. We have a virtual deck of cards, and now it's time to build the game's basic core. And loop. In the beginning, there's 4 cards on the table. The players get 6 cards and take turns in throwing 1 card at a time. One of the players is a computer. When they both have no cards in hand, deal another 6 cards to the players. This continues until there are no more cards in the deck. If you do the calculations, this will give you 4 deals, 4 cards, 4 deals, 2 by 6, 52. In the current stage, just pile up the cards on the table. We will implement win condition, okay? For each turn, print the information of the number of cards. Users should have the option to exit the program at any time. Print the project title, Indigo Card Game. The only available input option should be yes or no. Case insensitive. For any other input, print the question again. If yes, players print the first 4 cards from the deck with the message, initial cards on the table. The cards here are random. Divide the cards with a single space. After that, the player and the computer take turns putting cards on the table. The player's turn, print a message. 4 cards on the table. Yeah, when divide the cards with a single space. The player should enter a number range. And the computer should play the first card in hand. Okay. I don't really want to boot it up. I guess I can voice over what I'm thinking. We need another class. We have a deck. It has shuffle. We can print the card easily. I think what we need to do is create the game class or something. maybe we'll actually create a player class. This could be interesting. There's a player class which has like their assigned cards. We can say play card, where they pick one of the cards to play, and then the game would have the table, which will also be a list of cards, a lot of list of cards. And basically, like, what I'm imagining is like each turn, so each loop, oh, even more interesting, I don't know if this game can have more than 2 players, but we can have a mutable list of players, and because there's only 2, it would flip back and forth. But if you were to add more players, you would just do like the last person in the list goes to the front, goes to the front, goes to the front, to figure out who goes next. So we can deal with players like that. There will be cards on the table. So as they're coming from the player's hands, they would go onto the table. And then we'll need a deal function where we assign cards. We take cards from the game's deck and hand them out to players. We would continuously call on players to give a card when it's their turn. And then we just need to print stuff. I think it won't be that bad. Anyway, all right. We got through some lessons. Anyway, cool.